Hey everybody, welcome to the JLash Show. My name is Jackson Lasher and welcome back to Season 2, Episode 14 of the JLash Show. So as you see, I got rid of the green screen background. We're back to the OG background, as everyone would call it, so I'm definitely hype about that. So let's get on to the Philadelphia 76ers, who are on a legendary 4-0 run. First in the Atlantic Division, which is absolutely amazing, in front of Boston and all of them in New York. Shockingly, Tyrese Maxey is definitely going to be an MVP candidate this year as long as he keeps it up with around at least like 30 points per game, and he's just been carrying the team on his back lately. So he's been doing really excellent on that, actually. And teamwork for VJ Edgecombe and Tyrese Maxey is really good, actually. I'm shocked. And I wouldn't be this shocked if the team just wasn't they were just so bad last year. It was horrendous. And now that they are like so good, well, not so good since it's still early in the season, but they are really good as of right now, and that's that's incredible to me, actually. With VJ Edgecombe, they added him, they drafted him, which is good. We have young star Tyrese Maxey. Imagine if we had Jared McCain. Can you guys imagine that? They would be like the best trio probably in the league, actually. Jared McCain with Tyrese Maxey with VJ Edgecombe would be lethal. That would be that would be something else. I would love that. I totally think that they should do. They are going to do that once Jared McCain comes back from his injury. I don't know if Embiid's going to stay in Philly or not. That's from what I heard. I'm a little afraid of that, but he's just not that good. I think he's still injured, which is, oh my god, and like he's just not good. If he's not injured, then he's just not playing good, which is terrible. It sucks, but I think we're just going to have to get rid of him and move Adam Bona to our main center because it is I just don't want to deal with with him and all of that because he is just, he's the biggest troller though, so I'm glad to have him on the team, but so was Pat Beverly, and they got rid of him too. So I guess they don't really care if they troll or not, but I love it when the players trolls like the rival team, especially a division rival like the Washington Wizards. That's amazing. So I totally think that Embiid should keep that up. If he keeps it up, I definitely want him to keep on the team, definitely, because that definitely adds to the momentum of the team, I feel like, because his trolling is just so funny. So, I think he would be a fan favorite if he just played good, but, he just can't play good to save his life. But the 76ers won their fourth game of the Washington Wizards, 139-134. Bona played really good in overtime, and he kind of helped us propel us to the win, which is absolutely amazing. The win versus the Celtics, I think, was the best, especially at Boston at TD Garden. I'm shocked, and I never expected that in a million years. I thought we were about to get absolutely stomped on by the Celtics away too. Couldn't be. It wasn't at home, and it wasn't a bad team. Celtics are supposed to be good, but we cooked them, and that's what I'm happy about. Tyrese Maxey, he has been, as everyone knows, he has been one of the better players on the 76ers, as we all know, because he is he's young, and he's not quite a rookie, but he's young, and I totally think he gets it. But really, he's amazing. So look at this stat line. So his points, he had 40 points against Boston, 28 points against Charlotte, 43 points against Orlando, and 39 points against Washington. And he had 2 steals against Boston with 0 steals against Charlotte. and then 1 steal each versus Orlando and Washington. So, and he has a lot of assists too. He's done really well with assists, with 6 assists versus Boston, 9 assists versus Charlotte, 8 assists versus Orlando, and then 10 assists versus Washington. So he's been doing really well on that aspect, especially at his position. He is very good at assisting. He is a guard on the team, so I think that the guards are one of the best people at assisting. He's the perfect size for that too. I'm glad they drafted him in 2020. I mean, if we didn't draft him, I don't know where we would have been today. Especially, I mean, with basically just like Joel Embiid. People were saying trust the process, and we trusted the process. We thought this team was actually gonna get somewhere, and then we had like Jimmy Butler, and we had Ben Simmons, prime Ben Simmons, and prime Tobias Harris, and all those good people. And then it just ended up falling apart. It all started when Ben Simmons just passed that wide open dunk against I think it was Washington, and like that basically cost us to lose the game, and he got crapped on because of it, and rightfully so, because he was just, I mean, he could have made the shot, and that would have made us most likely win the game. Instead, he decided to pass it like a you-know-what, and then that made us lose the game. I mean, we had I'm not saying we had I'm not saying we were down bad at that point, but we were close enough where we could have came back and at least tried and win the game. But like with Ben Simmons' effort, like we just can't win like that. And we can't, I mean, that was just a hard way to go out, actually, in my opinion. Like, there's really no other way of going out that hard besides losing on like a buzzer beater, not in the World Series, the NBA Finals, which would be absolutely terrible. I totally think that would happen to the 76ers if they made it there, because they were a really good team back then. Ben Simmons, he was doing really good, and we thought he was going to be a pretty powerful prospect, but then just ended up to be pretty much nothing and just a hunk of dirt. So we kind of manipulated New York into trading him for James Harden, which we thought was going to be pretty good. He made his debut for Minnesota, and it all went from there. We thought he was going to be really good, and then, of course, he wanted out of Philadelphia, just like he wanted off like Houston and like Brooklyn and all that stuff. So, I mean, I'm not shocked. Yes, he was a okay player when he was on. I mean, he's definitely at the tail end of his career. So, I mean, there's really no other way to put it, because he's just a little on the older side. So, I'm not complaining though. He was a pretty legendary player in my opinion in the NBA. So, I mean, no one's really better than LeBron James. He's the GOAT. But the Philadelphia 76ers, we'll just have to kind of see where they get this season. As far as playoffs go at this point, I don't know if they're really going to make it. If they, if they keep playing at this level, absolutely they might be able to make it. And if they can beat Boston, I totally think that they can make the playoffs. Like, come on, if we can beat Boston or New York, we got that in the bag. I totally think that yes, they are hard teams to play against. The defense is really good on the Celtics also. So is the offense. They have Jaylen Brown, all those good players like Derek White, all those we're just gonna kind of have to overcome Boston. We're just gonna have to play good, and that's what our offense and defense is going to be capable with doing. I think that they're going to be capable with doing that with Nick Nurse at the head coach position. So, we'll just have to see where we get with Nick Nurse. And I totally think that he is going to become a really good coach for the 76ers. I think he has a good fit for them. So I totally think that the Sixers have a very positive outlook, in my opinion. With that being said, I totally think that they're going to win their next game. So, Now moving on to the JLash Show weather report coming now. Hey everybody, welcome to the JLash Show Weather Center. I'm your Chief Meteorologist, Jackson Lasher, and it has been a really wet super soaker today. Cleaning this morning, we all know it was this morning when we walked out of the door and it was rainy. That was not a pleasant experience. It wasn't cold per se, but it was really it was mild, like up in the 60s, up in the lower 60s, but nothing really too bad. There's a wind advisory for tomorrow, though, and maybe part of today as the wind starts to pick up. The wind is going to be an issue for some people's Halloween decorations, as they might blow around people's yards or on the porch. But if you batten them down, then it really shouldn't be too much of a problem for you guys at all. You just got to make sure they're battened down, because winds could reach up to 20 miles per hour tomorrow, and that could easily blow something off your porch or anything like that. So you just want to be really careful about how these winds are. And then this weekend, it looks like it is going to be a cool weekend. And tomorrow, it's Halloween. Halloween lands on a Friday this year, so it's going to be very cold tomorrow. If it's going to have a feel-like high of 42. So what I would really recommend wearing is maybe a hat, but that's optional, but a sweatshirt, long shirt, and pants at least under your costume, because it is going to be really cold and windy as you're walking around. It's going to, like I said, it's going to be up to 20 miles per hour, so you just really want to be careful with that as you're trick-or-treating and sitting outside on your porch. So that's pretty much about it, and it looks like it's going to be dry. It's going to be dry but cool for the next week. So that's a very good outlook for Hatboro, Pennsylvania. So, however, for Hurricane Melissa, looks like we have a very good forecast for her, because there is a cold front coming out of Florida that is keeping Melissa away from the East Coast. Melissa completely destroyed Jamaica, which is very unfortunate. Hopefully they can get back up and running. Hopefully the aid forces can get down there and help them as much as possible. But however, it hit Cuba, and then it hit the Bahamas and stuff as it tore through that. And it looks like it might be strengthening back around to a Category 3, which is not looking good for Bermuda. So Bermuda looks like Bermuda's in the path, which as we look at the cone right now, it looks like Bermuda is under a hurricane warning as of right now, and it is located at least a few hundred miles southwest of Bermuda. And I think it's around a Category 3 or Category 2. But as it starts moving northeast, it's going to it looks like it is going to encounter some cold waters. But before that, it might hit Newfoundland, Canada, again making its fourth landfall, which is absolutely not good. But it looks like it's going to scrape it, so I don't think it's going to make a complete landfall, though, so that's good. But then it's going to weaken into a tropical storm as it moves into the cold Atlantic waters. And it looks like by 8 a.m. Tuesday, it looks like it's going to be right off the coast of Iceland as a tropical storm, which is actually shocking to me, because storms up there are not, they're usually tropical depressions or less. So it's lasting a little bit. So, I mean, I feel bad for Jamaica. They got a lot of rain. So they got a lot of rain and wind. I mean, you should have seen the eye on that thing. It was clear as day, and that just shows you it's a strong storm. So I mean, Melissa might be retired after this year, actually, because of how bad it was. There's the death toll rise is very unfortunately in Haiti and Dominican Republic and Jamaica also, especially in Cuba. So, I mean, we'll keep you posted on that. So, it looks like it is. This honestly could hit Iceland, and I'm not even joking. Like it's a definite possibility. So that would be impressive actually. So I mean we don't want that, but like well as a tropical storm, it's not really going to be heavy, and especially since the forecast is so far out as of right now, you don't know. So it could weaken and fizzle out before that. So that's pretty much about it. Now back to the JLash Show. Welcome back from the JLash Show weather report. Hope you liked it. So now moving on to the NFL, which we have some prime time football coming on tonight. Baltimore Ravens versus the Miami Dolphins. The Baltimore Ravens have a 62% chance at winning, while the Miami Dolphins are underdogs at home. Believe it or not, they only have a 37.7% chance of winning. My take is that it looks like this is going to be a toilet bowl game, though. It's a 2-5 team versus a 2-6 team. But the Baltimore Ravens are 0-2 away, while the Dolphins are 1-2 at home. So if I had to kind of guess, I would probably think that I totally think that the Miami Dolphins would win, even though most people would probably be betting on the Baltimore Ravens. But the Baltimore Ravens were really good last year. I don't know what happened. However, I mean, some teams are just bad. I expected the Eagles to be worse since they just won the Super Bowl, and I expected their hangover to last this year, but it didn't, shockingly. But even though that didn't happen, it happened to some teams. But the Miami Dolphins, they are 2-6. They don't really have a shot at the playoffs this year unless they can go. Let's see, like probably let's see 7-0 in the next game in the next schedule, which I don't think is really going to happen. Same thing with the Baltimore Ravens. So it's not looking really good for any of them at all. However, you just gotta stay hopeful as a Baltimore or Miami fan. So from what it looks like the Miami Dolphins have Quinn Ewers starting, because I don't know what happened to Tagovailoa. He's just not that good. So I guess that guy is starting at for Miami, and for the Baltimore Ravens, it looks like Tyler Huntley is starting instead of Lamar Jackson, or it could be the other way around. Lamar Jackson could start, or Tua Tagovailoa could start for the Miami Dolphins. You never know, but I totally think that the Miami Dolphins would win. Count me in on my pick, actually, because I think that they're going to be a really solid. I think that they're going to have solid offense and defense this game. I mean, they proved it in the past and in the way past, because they haven't really won a chip in a while. But if they can at least prove it today, I mean, that would be awesome. I mean, stats don't lie, so I totally think that they would totally be good today. Same thing with the Baltimore Ravens. They just have to prove it, and they just have to prove that they are good. So, you know what I mean? And so you got a lot of Sunday games at 1:00. So you got Atlanta versus New England, the LA Chargers versus Tennessee Titans, Chicago Bears versus the Cincinnati Bengals, and then you got the Indianapolis Colts versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. Indianapolis is definitely going to win. They are 7-1. Who knows? Pittsburgh could pull the upset. That would be crazy. The San Francisco 49ers versus the New York Giants. San Fran's winning. Denver versus Houston. It looks like the Broncos definitely could win, honestly. They are a team that shocked me this year, honestly. So I totally think that they're going to win. Minnesota versus Detroit. I totally think that Detroit definitely could have this in the bag, actually. No Eagles this week, as they have their bye, so they're going to have a little bit of a rest period, which is going to be very useful, actually. So, I mean, not much in the NFL world. A new week of football, week 9, is coming up, which the season's flying by. It's actually crazy. But I totally think that they are going to. I totally think that the Eagles. I don't know if they're gonna. I don't think they're gonna repeat, honestly. Which that would be crazy if they could, but I don't think they are. So I that would be crazy, honestly. It would be crazy if we had a parade for the 76ers. That would be nuts. That would be that. I could definitely see that happening in the future. Actually, I would love that. So that's kind of what I want to hope for. So that's what I'm saying. And then you got and then for basketball action, you got the Orlando Magic versus the Charlotte Hornets. Looks like that is tonight. And then you got Golden State versus Milwaukee, and then Washington Wizards versus the Oklahoma City Thunder, and the Miami Heat versus the San Antonio Spurs. Give me your takes. Totally think that let's see, out of the winners of those four, I think that Charlotte will win. Golden State could possibly win that, but I could also see Milwaukee also winning that. Oklahoma City might win because they were 5-0. I'm not going by record; they are just really good. And San Antonio Spurs also have a pretty good chance with Victor Wembanyama. I totally think that they have a chance. So yes, so that's pretty much about it. Now taking you to the JLash Show Sports Report coming now. Hey everybody, welcome to the JLash Show Hatter Sports Report. I'm your Hatter Sports Report expert, Jackson Lasher, and the Hatters hockey team kicks off their first hockey game of the season. Wissahickon versus Hapoel Horsham at Hatfield Ice at 7:10 p.m. So the schedule was released a while ago, but their next game is against Springfield, and then they play at Hatfield Ice on November 5th. And then November 6th, they play against Wissahickon at Hatfield Ice. Hatfield Ice again on for Springfield on November 12th. And then the Abington Ghosts 11-19 at Hatfield Ice. And then Springfield November 26th at Hatfield Ice. And then Hapoel Horsham versus so that's they have pretty good games this season. I'm only going to tell you the first few games as we keep going, but I totally think that the Hatters are going to win this, so I'm looking forward to that. And that's pretty much about it for your Hatter Sports Report, and that's pretty much about it for your JLash Show Season 2, Episode 14. My inquiries are jackson@JLashShow.com. That's me, and then you got my business email, which is jlashshow@gmail.com. You also got my website, thejlashtshow.com, if you want to become a guest. If you look up here, you got all the news and everything like that. So that's pretty much about it. Have a good day, JLash Nation.